HIIT workout for the day will be focusing on using dumbbells. So if you have a pair of dumbbells lying around, you should be able to do this entire workout with those pair of dumbbells. If you have some heavier and lighter ones, that will come more in handy. Previewing some different movements, we got concentration curls, working the biceps, and some seated overhead tricep extensions with the dumbbell. You can see a different angle. Make sure we're reaching as far down behind us as we're able to move, keeping those elbows tight to the head as we can, extending all the way up overhead. Here's the full workout. We've got 3 different cycles we'll be going through: an arm, a push-pull, and a lower body. And then one finisher at the end as well, just 3 minutes of some thrusters. All right, getting warmed up. We got 8 minutes of warm-up. First exercise we're going to do is some squat mobility, dropping into a full sumo squat, shifting our weight side to side from heel to heel. After the squat mobility, we'll be doing a hamstring pull, lunge, and rotation. 3 different movements in one, dynamic movement, getting the hamstring stretch, dropping into a deep lunge, and then rotating our trunk as well. After that, we're doing some jumping jacks. Just getting some blood flow, getting the heart rate up a little bit, popping those feet out, getting the arms all the way up overhead. After that, some calf raises. All right, it's 8 minutes. Let's do 20 to 30 reps or so each exercise. Move on to the next one. Go through it as many times as you can in that 8-minute period. After the calf raise, we'll be doing some wrist mobility. Here you can see putting the thumb to the pinky, rotating that wrist out. And got the waterfall here, pulling those fingers down, hitting both sides, stretching out the bottom portion of that forearm. There you can see me going thumb to forefinger, pulling the hand in, thumb facing down, pulling the hand in, opposite side. Great wrist stretch. And then a very similar stretch to that one. We got the gooseneck, pulling the wrist, both wrists down and in front of us. After the wrist mobility, we're going to work some neck mobility, something we don't do too often, but it's great to do in your warm-ups, especially if you're doing any weights overhead or around the neck in any way. See me pushing outside of my head against that resistance. Some mobility, turning side to side, looking up and down, getting that neck in all planes of motion, getting it loose, going diagonally now, up to the right, down to the left, and vice versa. And then we're going to make some rotations to finish up that neck mobility in both directions. After that, we'll be walking on the balls of our feet and then walking on our heels, getting those calves loose, getting us ready for this dumbbell workout we'll be doing today. First cycle is going to be 11 minutes of arms with the dumbbells. Just working 3 different movements, biceps and triceps. It's going to be 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off between the exercises, with a full 1-minute rest between the sets for 3 sets total. First movement, you got the concentration curls, and then after that, the single dumbbell overhead tricep extension. You can see here from the seated position. If you don't have a seat for some reason, you can do it from standing as well. It's a little bit better isolated from the seated. And then single dumbbell curls. Here's from the standing position. Core's got to be engaged. We don't want slouching shoulders one side or the other. Make sure we're getting full contraction on the bicep every time. Then we're going to hit a 3-minute rest for second cycle, working some push and some pull. Here you got dumbbell push-ups. Hands are on the dumbbell in full range of motion. You can always drop to the knees if you need a modified version. And we got some bent over rows. Make sure the core is engaged, back is flat. You can go overhand grip for upper back or underhand for lower back. I prefer overhand grip with dumbbells. And then finishing off on a single dumbbell floor press. Core's not going to be engaged quite as much because you're laying flat on the floor, but it's good for single arm isolation. 3 minutes rest, and then the last cycle, all lower body. We're going to do a single dumbbell overhead walking lunge, and make sure you hit both arms for that full 50 seconds before you switch arms. 10-second rest between exercises, just like the rest of the workouts. And then the final exercise before the finisher is dumbbell squats. You can either go double dumbbell from the front rack, or you can go goblet squats as well. Finisher, we got dumbbell thrusters, 1 set,